Welcome to Crafty Hints. I'm Chantel, and this is my last Christmas in July DIY. DIY 1. I started out with this wood circle. It's about 11.5 inches. And now I'm just marking around the center, not trying to be totally exact, but approximately. And I'm just putting that painter's tape so that I can tape it off and have them different colors. I used this stencil vinyl with Merry Christmas and a snowflake. And my M did become detached when I was picking it up earlier, so just fix that. Now I'm using Waverly's chalk paint in moss, and I'm using just one of those spun brushes, and I just pounce up and down on top of those stencils. If I do this, I find it doesn't bleed under it, so you just pounce along, and then I let it set for just a second, and then I come back in with my brush, and I don't have any problems with bleeding. I will link that stencil vinyl down below. I have been using this roll for, oh goodness, about 2.5 years, and I obviously do this on my videos, so I've used quite a bit of it. I want to say it was like 30 feet, but I'll link that for you. Okay, so I gave it a good coat of that moss. Once it dried, I just pulled off that painter's tape. I do have a little bit of bleed over, but that was just me being careless when I was touching up, just adding a little bit of paint, so my fault. Okay, so this is reverse stenciling. So now I just come through with my weeding tool and carefully lift this up and see how right behind it will be the color I first painted. I think this is a fun way to stencil also. And it just takes a little bit of time and patience. If they're individual letters, this seems to go even quicker, but the cursive letters have so many curves and all of that that it takes just a moment longer. Some people tell me it's therapeutic. I've shown it in a little bit of slower mode just for some of those people in some of my videos. Okay, there it is. Just make sure, brush off all of those little bits so that they don't settle on your white paint. I did get this lamb's ear at Walmart. They give you 2 strands for $2. And the nice thing about this lamb's ear is the leaves just pop off, all except for I think one towards the end of it. They just pop off. And then I had this mistletoe that was from the Dollar Tree. Now I'm just adding a little bit of wire in the center. You could definitely just use hot glue if you wanted to. Now I'm using hot glue to do some of these mistletoe berries. I didn't have any ribbon that I really love to go with this, so I decided that the berries and leaves in the center would be perfect. In retrospect, I think I would probably do the white at the top and the green at the bottom so that my greenery at the top popped just a little bit better. So learn from my mistakes. All right, now I'm just kind of getting everything settled to where I want it. You can plug in a couple extra leaves, just making this a cute little swag across the top. If you wanted to, you could put back in that hanger. I'm going to use some of this ribbon instead and just loop it around. All of my videos I try to do in under 5 minutes. I understand that while this is a bit of a relaxing time, you often just want to get the gist of it and get to it yourself. So that's why my videos are about 5 minutes. But here it is. I think it turns out very pretty. This is Christmas in July collab. The hosts are Mamma Mia DIY, Little Treasure by Nancy, Melissa Make It DIY, and they're all the hosts. You're going to want to go check out their channels and the playlist below. DIY 2. I traced this stocking and now I'm just going to attach that on top. I can't wait to see all of the crafters that have put their DIYs in here. I'm sure they're going to be awesome. Again, that playlist will be linked below, as well as the host channels. All right, just a little bit of glue stick, and I'm going to put this right on top of the stocking. Now, I have this fur. I couldn't find any of my auto detail towel that I like to use for this, but I thought, oh, this is just as nice. I use this for my gnomes, but what you want to do is fluff your fur up and then cut it. And then fluff it the other way so that you can cut it. And it's rather long, so you're probably going to need to trim it, but I've had some stockings like this with like the fur up at the top, so I thought this would be perfect. So once I get it on here, it just needs a little haircut, that's all. If you're enjoying these DIYs so far, I do invite you to subscribe. Wow, subscribe, hit that bell, and also comment. Your comment lets YouTube know that you've enjoyed this, as well as a like, and it also has it suggest me to others so that others might be able to enjoy it also. So please do so. Now the bell is just going to let you know when I've added a new video. All right, just trimming it around and trimming it from the back so that it doesn't cut off that hair, but now just snipping it until it makes me happy. I kind of tried to trim it like you'd trim your bangs or something, but you know, you just got to keep carrying on until it gets there. Okay, now I just want to finish trimming around and make sure I've got all those edges nice and smooth. So I'm going to use a nail file. I don't usually use this one. I usually use a black file. It's made by Diamond. I get it at the Dollar Tree. I like it even better than, sandpaper because it fits well in your hand. You can get around all the nooks and crannies, but mine wasn't handy at the moment. So that's just a crafty hint there. All right, now I took this ribbon, which I got this in a holiday pack last year at Walmart. But I do know that Hobby Lobby has some. I just bought some in red for Christmas. Every other week, they usually have their ribbon half off. So I got it for like $1. It will be adorable with more Christmas crafts, I think. But you can see how I finished trimming that top to look nice. What do you think? You could add a name or the year. Okay, let's get to DIY 3. And don't forget to hit that bell so that you're notified the next time I upload a video. Okay, so this is that tin board. And I have a little board going with it. So I just used some antique wax with a wet wipe, rubbing this on. It's nice. It doesn't have the smell of stain, but gives you a nice finish. They also have boards at the Dollar Tree. You could also use a paint stick, or you could use tumbling tower blocks. You can do it whatever you want, just a jumping point for you. Okay, I did this on my Cricut and just got those lined up, and it says sleeps until Christmas. My best friend, that's how she phrases it, and I love it. Oh, you could also use those stickers. See, that would work just fine. But isn't that the way to say it to kids? It's so hard to think of full days. But if I just have this many sleeps, then it won't be so bad. All right, I got this from Hobby Lobby last year. It was just this little mini garland, and it's great for making little wreaths like this. Just make sure to fluff it up so it really looks like a wreath, and then I just twist it together. If you like Christmas in July videos, I made, gosh, this is my third or fourth one for Christmas in July. If you look at my video list there, you'll see them all listed. They've been in the last couple of weeks, so enjoy. All right, just a little mini bow. And I'll glue that at the top. Super simple. And again, you can embellish this in any way that makes you happy. This was just my idea. Okay, a little bit of hot glue, and I do apologize. That tin reflects a little bit. Oh, and here's my little magnets. I want to show you how strong they are. They're only like 2 or 3 centimeters, but they grab the other magnet from across the table. It's crazy. If you're interested in those, I'll link them down below, but I like because they're so tiny. Sometimes I'll add 2 just to be safe, but this is going to work to circle which of our numbers we're on. And it grabs right on. I just want to make sure it grabbed the board well. I didn't have it quite glued down enough though, so I'll get that fastened. Now, I have these little wood stickers from the Dollar Tree last year, but they're in a bright red glitter. So I used my Crimson Waverly chalk paint and gave them a coat. That took that glitter shine away. Now I'm using some of that fur. Hey, it worked on our last stocking. Why not, right? Okay, I'm just going to finish trimming that up, but I do love to use those automotive towels, and you'll see it next Christmas. I use those for quite a few things. They look like snow, they look like faux fur. They work so well. All right, I'm just wrapping that around the top and gluing it there. And then just gluing those stockings on. I centered one and then I put the other 2 on the sides. I have a couple little jingle bells here. I think I used 5 to go just in between the stockings. So on either side of the center, and then 1 off on each side. And then I just made a bow for each side to finish it off. And there we are. I think this turned out adorable. You're going to have to let me know which one is your favorite, though. Now, don't forget to hit the playlist. Thank you so very much. Here's a couple other videos that you might enjoy. I hope you have a blessed day. Thank you.